Hello friends, my name's Antonio and welcome to Back at the Ranch. So as you can see, we are back at the ranch again finally. It's been almost 3 weeks since we've been out here. Had some family come down, as you guys may have seen in the last video. If you didn't, go ahead and click right here. I spent some time down at South Padre Island, did a little metal detecting and shopping with the family. So you would like that, go check it out. Our goal today is to build that little slab. So you remember a few videos back we came to work on our game hoist as well as one of the feeders. So we're back to finish that project. So we've got the game hoist right over here. Everything's working. But as we mentioned before in that last video, and again click right here if you haven't seen that one, basically the hogs come by and knock this thing over. So during deer season, or really anytime we get game, we clean in this area. All the scent stays right below it and the hogs will just come knock it over. So we're gonna build like a little 5x5 cement slab, nothing fancy, just something to stand on to keep our feet dry, and at the same time something that we can use to keep the hoist erect. So that's our project for today. Hope you enjoy it. And actually, you know what, we're gonna do something else for you. We are also going to work on some game cams for you, some trail cams. Right now I've really only got one running. Paulo had one running for a little while as well, but we've actually got about 6 of them on the property that haven't been running for a while. Went and invested in a few batteries, some extra memory cards. I'm going to set up all those trail cams for you so you guys can see the wildlife that's on here. So maybe I'll just do an episode to highlight some of the wildlife. We got some regulars that come by all the time, you know, some coyotes, we've got some turkey, we've got some deer, we've got a badger that comes by. So depending on how often they frequent and the areas that they're at, who knows, maybe we'll even name them and see how they progress through over the years. So again, we're going to set up some trail cams as well. Hope you enjoy. All right, time for a little update. So, got a 5x5 square, just a little tarp under it, trying to cover the corners there. I'm going to put some of this mesh in there, drop some ready mix quickcrete, wet it, and we're done. We're not going to do anything fancy. Again, this is just for cleaning hogs and deer and stuff. So, but that's what it is. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Time for an update. So not bad, not the greatest. Won't get any contractor jobs out of this one, but it's gonna get the job done for what we need. So again, at the 5x5 we used about 15 bags of quickcrete ready mix cement. Just spread it out, put a little bit of mesh in the bottom, and now we're siphoning some water onto it, saturate it really good. It's kind of a dry pour, but not really like officially a dry pour. So we've been wetting it as we go, kind of leveled it out. We're going to just try to saturate this as much as we can. Once it's good and saturated, we're going to try to level it, see what we can do, and throw a couple of bolts in there to hold the game hoist up. So I was wondering how we got water out here. Got a 55-gallon drum. That was an old paint drum that was recycled. Got that for like 20-30 bucks online. Actually, I didn't get it. Pablo's brother actually purchased that and loaned it to us. So we just filled that up with water, brought it out here. Very simple. Put a water hose in there, siphon it out, and that's it. So this game hoist does have holes right there for anchors. Tried using the anchors before, the hogs still knock it over, so we're going to use those holes for a few bolts in the cement, and that's how we're going to secure it down. So we'll be back when we get to that stage. Right, we got that cement leveled out somewhat. Again, we're not going to get any contracts out of this, but check it out. So we got the cement laid down, the concrete laid down, cut those bolts right there that we're going to use to hold the game hoist. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. That's why I'm talking weird. So we're going to use those to put the game hoist in place. So we're going to let that settle for about, dry up and set for about an hour more or less. We're going to come back, saturate it down again, maybe come back 30-40 minutes after that, saturate it one more time. Should be firm enough for us to put the hoist on, but I don't know, we'll probably wait till the next visit to do the hoist. We'll see. So once we're done with this, we are going to head out, pick up some of the trail cams, and I'll show you. We actually have one not too far from here. So we do have trail cams all over the property. None of them are active except for one right now. So we got this one right here. We will be moving this to a different location. As a matter of fact, we might actually keep this one on the game hoist just so we can see what is coming to the game hoist times that we clean. You know, so you might be thinking, why do you put that in the middle of nowhere? Why is it way out there? So one, furthest away from where we camp, so if the coyotes come, they're not near our camp. Two, we are going to build a little covered area after a while so that we can have some shade here. And three, I think this is the most important one, is that is actually direct line of sight down this sendero. So we've got the blind right there, excuse me, the game hoist right there. We've got this sendero, we've got a shrub down in the middle of the sendero. We're going to knock that off. And on the opposite side of that, we have the new blind that's being built. So that's about 200 yards, give or take, from that blind. The reason we're going to set up there is where that bush is at. A new feeder is going to go there. We actually have a watering hole there, so that's going to be a hunting spot. We might actually do a food plot there later this year. And if we ever want to hunt predators, we got a 200-yard shot for coyotes and other things that show up. So strategically placed, let's put it that way. Okay, so we are letting that cement dry. Drove over to one of the feeders, going to change a SD card on one of the trail cams. I got my gear right here, working one-handed though, so bear with me. So we're going to swap this one, and I'll show you guys some of the stuff that's on this video, or on this card. Haven't been able to look at it. My cellular connection hasn't been too great lately, not sure exactly what happened. But this is the Real Link trail cam that we talked about in one of the last videos. And let's see if I can get that. Oh, come on now. There we go. Put the new one in. You know, I put 32 gig cards in here. I've never got one full all the way, and I've left one in here for about 3 months. It's all video too, so just pretty good with file management. We got this one on the feeder. This is the one that we see the turkeys and the deer on for the most part. But I'll throw some of the videos in at the end here and show you what comes to this feeder. Gonna head over to a couple other spots and set up a few more trail cams for you. Okay, next stop for trail cam. Set this up right here. Alright, so cheapo stealth cam. I got paid like 30 bucks for this thing. Batteries say they were good, so we just need a SD card in here. It's been a while since I've used this one. Now the time and date's not set on it correctly, but I don't have time for that today. So I'm just going to set it up with no time, date, no stamp. Now it's set for video already because that's the way I use my cameras. And let's go find a place to put it. So this is an area that we call the Y. It's a little Y in the road. Notice that the dirt behind me is white. Don't know why that area has that little sandy patch, but it does. So this used to be a feeder area, but we've never hunted it. It was set up for a couple of years. We decided to relocate a lot of this stuff, panels and the feeder. Looks like we still got some animals coming here. So I'm going to set this up here in this area. Make sure that there's not too much motion in front of it. So I'm thinking set it up on this last post right here. This way we can get whichever walks down this road. Okay, got something. Alright, we're going to place this one right here. She's already set the video, just need to turn it on. Ready. Alright, looks like it's working. So we will come back in 2 or 3 weeks and see what's on this camera. Got a couple more. I'm gonna put one up at the entrance, and I don't know where I'll put the other one yet, but we'll figure that out. See you at the next one. We are at our next stop. Got this trail cam. This is a Muddy. I think this is a $29 one. Sometimes you get it for $24, $25. It says no SD, but it doesn't tell me the battery life. But the spot we are at, we call the Little D, the Little Diamond. There's actually already a trail cam here, so let's see if that one has enough battery power. We'll use that one. It's actually a better camera too. So here's a feeder. We never finished setting up these panels. A buddy of mine's going to be hunting this spot, but he hasn't had a chance to come. We're not sure he's coming this year, so we actually don't have this feeder running. At least it wasn't running last time we came. So let me check this camera. Let's see if it's got some charge. Wait. Looks like the battery is charged, so let me pop this card in there. And actually, I'm gonna see if I can turn this to look down this. So I can turn that way down the sendero. Because nothing's jumping in. We don't have the feeder going off, but I know deer walk through here. There we go. Put that on custom, which is a video setting that I've got set up. Again, I don't think the dates are correct on this. 30-second delay. Battery looks like it's charged. Cool deal. There's number 2. So we've got 2 cameras set up. So this one's going to be looking down in this area. So I know deer do frequent this area. They actually bed in this area sometimes. So hopefully we can see that. I'm going to check this feeder real quick. Looks like it does have feed in it. Huh. I thought for sure this thing was out of feed. I put some feed in there a while back. It's actually 10:08 in the morning. This is 9, so I think it's just the daylight savings time and throwing it off. So let's this up to 10. Okay. According to this, it still has 15 pounds. So I did put feed in it last time. It's not a lot. 6:30 in the morning, 1 second spray. 6:30, 6 in the evening, 1 second spray. I'm going to change that 6 o'clock to later time. Let's see, 6:30 a.m. That's good. Sundown is about 8:30, so I'll set this for 8. Eight's good. And let's test it. Let's see if she's got some feed in it. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. It still has feed in it. How about that? There we go. There you go. So we do have feed in the feeder. Not sure how much. Not going to check. Not too worried about that. Oh. Put a 1 second spray. Keeps them here. And we got the trail cam running now. So see you at the next one. Okay, we decided to leave the trail cams for later. Come back and check the slab. And it's so hot that this thing started drying up really quick. So I'm going to wet it down a bit. That solidified real quick. Yep, pretty solid. So I just got a text message from our neighbor to the east a few minutes ago. I'd say about 2-3 days ago. I want to say it was Thursday. Today's Saturday. We picked up some of their cattle, or somebody's cow, one of the cows, on trail cam. So I reached out to them, let them know that, hey, looks like your cows are out on our property, which is not a big deal for me. It doesn't bother me. We don't have any cattle or anything, so it doesn't really interfere with us. But our fence on my cousin's side is not fixed well. There's a hole in there, so their cattle could potentially get over to someone else's property, which then might become a problem. But this has happened before. As a matter of fact, this fence on the east side, I'm going to walk over to a section of fence here. They had about, over the course, I want to say, of 2 or 3 weeks, their cattle started coming in right here. You notice that there's a bunch of brush piled up, just broken pieces of branches, but they put a new post in there. They ran some new barbed wire, but their cattle was making it through here, going to the front field, eating the hay, which is no big deal. My cousin has water on his side, so they didn't want to leave. There was hay, there was water, you know, it was buffalo grass and water, so they were having at it. But we helped them round them up, all 15, got them all back through here. They closed it up. There must be another hole somewhere. So she just messaged me that they just did a head count. All their cattle's accounted for, which is great. Glad to hear that for them. They did find a hole in the fence yesterday or the day before, and they closed that up. So hopefully that's resolved for them. You see me waving this thing around. Today is June 24th, 2023. I'm gonna put that number in the cement just so we can commemorate this day. So that is 6. Uh-oh. Might want to wait a little while. Got the water coming this way. That is the ugliest set of numbers one could ever make. Hopefully 100 years from now, when my great grandkids come out here and see this, they can make out what this says. I found my cap, couldn't find it earlier, so we have leftover water. Came over to the watering hole, which is actually empty. We have not had time to fill this baby up, but we have probably about half of that 55-gallon tank remaining. I'm gonna fill this bottom bucket up for the wildlife. See how much of that we can transfer over to the bigger one, but usually it's up in the truck, so we can siphon it down right now. Maybe we can use this to top it off. Pablo had that idea, so. Alright, so I've decided to put trail cam on this water here. The tricky thing about it though is you have a lot of brush. See me cut down? So because of that, the wind blows, it's gonna just trigger this thing. It's just gonna go off. Here we go. You get to see what drinks water. Getting there. Alright, let's see how much of this I can get in. Yeah, you gotta do like halfway. Not bad, not the greatest. You'll get the job done. So I just realized my battery is at about 1%. I do have another battery, but we're just about done. We're gonna transfer over as much of this water as we can, set up 1 or 2 more trail cams, go pick up our tents and stuff, our campsite. And we're start heading back home because it's almost 11 o'clock. It's supposed to be over 100 today, so yeah, we don't want to stay around that long. So guys, thanks for hanging around this long, really appreciate it. We'll see you next time when we're back at the ranch.